Hello, 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 hello. You heard me?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah,
All
we're
right,
good. That's
all
why I
right, cool.
sighed.
All right, cool,
We're
cool.
good.
All right, cool. Hello, 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 guys.
I
COVID-19 may be screwing everything up, but we're back here better than ever. I'm
don't
Trevor.
know about that last part, but we're
I'm
back at
Trevor.
least.
Yeah, I'm Trevor. He's Juan, and this is the Sports Dynasty podcast. Oh, welcome back, buddy.
Hi, hi. I gotta tell y'all, this quarantine is making me really freaking lazy. I'm an honest dude. I'm a very honest dude, so I'm gonna tell you straight up. This quarantine is making me very lazy. I left this house twice in the last like week because I'm
What
not
time?
trying to catch nothing, and me uploading stuff is taking forever because I'm just a lazy ass. I'm not gonna lie.
I know this.
Before this whole disease thing, I was up and about every day. I was working like 6 days a week. I was doing all this. I was doing all types of stuff. Now that I had a whole month, it's been a month since everything blew up. I think it's been exactly a month. As a matter of fact,
Yeah,
when everything blew up, I lost like all the momentum I had. I need to get it back. I don't know how.
fucking jerks.
I
Can't stand
know.
you guys.
Damn it, China. Wait, let's not get in trouble here. All right. All right.
That's tough.
I know it is very messed up. Anyway,
Anyway, we have stuff to get through today.
yes, yes,
Couple
yes.
of news going on in the NFL,
Yeah,
but
let's get through that
still,
first. Let's go through the news.
yeah, we get to the news first. Brandin Cooks was traded from the Los Angeles Rams to the Houston Texans. Now,
Like 5 days ago.
yeah, 5 days ago,
Yeah.
yeah, we had to, wait a little bit because I would just finished celebrating my 27th birthday this weekend. So, yeah, I'm back and refreshed. So we're gonna get to that in a second. Um, I
Happy
think
belated, by the way.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I think this is like his fourth team in his career in like 4 years, 5 years. I don't
Since
know.
2017, yeah.
Yeah, so his fourth team in 5 years. Tell us the details of this trade, sir.
I will if I can get it back. It was literally showing my face in no way. Got it. All right. So, the Los Angeles Rams, in return for trading Brandin Cooks and a 2022 fourth round pick,
Okay.
the Rams get the 2020 second round pick that is number 57. So that is what? That's almost at the end of the round. I think it's the
Oh,
end of the round.
it's almost the end
It
of
is the
the
end of
second
the round.
round.
Yeah.
It's end of the second round. Yeah.
So I'm guessing this is Houston Texans, the later second pick. I think they had two before this trade, two second round. Because they idiotically traded DeAndre Hopkins for a second round pick only. But yeah, that's all the Rams get, and they get to dump a little bit of salary. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think they still have to pay, if not most, all of this year's salary and dead money for Brandon Cooks. Then after that, they're free of his contract. The Texans have to pay the rest.
The irony of Houston. I swear. So you're basically telling me that you traded away your once in a generation receiver in DeAndre Hopkins
Basically, yes.
because you didn't want to pay him to bring in somebody like Brandon Cooks, who's just a speedster.
He was basically a one trick pony. Yes.
He's a one trick pony, but you're gonna ultimately pay him anyway.
Yes.
But that's pretty stupid.
Yes.
So
It's
so
like
so,
more
so
notes
basically
for Bill O'Brien. More notes.
so basically this is their receiving core coming into 2020 if there's a season. You have Kenny Stills,
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Fuller.
Mm-hmm.
You have Randall Cobb in the slot
Mm-hmm.
receiver, and you have
Brandon
on the other
Cooks
corner Brandon Cooks
and Kiki Kuti.
and Kiki Kuti. Okay, yeah, this is yeah. I'm sorry, but your homeboy Deshaun Watson is probably that's probably out of here. I want to stay in Houston if I'm him. I
He
would
don't got a
want,
damn choice. You know that, right?
but of course he may have no choice but to stay
he's
there.
he's staying in there as a slave. If unfortunately that's not a good joke now, but
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah, it's very horrible, man.
it is very horrible because of what he is. Damn it! But that's basically what he is. There, he's gonna be a slave in that thing. He's gonna be working with pieces of crap and with a shit general manager not gonna take care of him with still no offensive line. They don't have first round pick I think till 2022. Like I don't know what's gonna happen to that dude.
And
I
you have
feel
the
bad for him.
aging running back to hand the ball off to.
Yes, a
I
broken
don't
running
know.
back.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is pretty stupid. Pretty fucking dumb.
So Houston sports in general, like damn.
Yeah, yeah, for real, seriously.
Houston sports in general, cause
You know what's crazy?
yeah,
I'm glad you mentioned them anyway because I think for the Astros, COVID-19 was literally the best thing that
I
happened to
know,
them
I know.
because nobody gives a shit about what's going on in Houston Astros anymore. No one, I think we all forgot. A lot of people forgot about it. It's like okay, whatever. Literally in February, all you heard was Houston Astros, Houston Astros. Now the Texans pretty much took over that joke for them, saying, "Hey, listen, you traded away your best player for this, blah blah blah. This is bad. You guys
Yeah,
suck."
and now the Rockets lucked out too, cause they may not have an early exit anymore
Oh no,
because they sucked.
they
Harden sucked this year, so they get to go ahead and escape that too.
yeah,
Lucky
that,
them.
that that is true.
Let
I
me move
mean,
my face.
that
Bam.
shit's horrible. But oh well, pray for Houston. Well, pray for Houston for the most
Pray for
part. You know.
Houston. Pray for humanity. We just get rid of this damn disease first.
Oh yeah, of course,
Like,
of
screw
course.
that.
Listen, I'm trying not to think about this damn COVID. Did you know that somebody in New York had children in New York, and they named their twins Corona and COVID? Seriously, here in New York.
Let's move on. Let's move on. This isn't the type of podcast to say what I was thinking. Let's. We're gonna move on to the second piece of news that happened yesterday, or was it last night? Something like that. I forget
Yes,
when
something
exactly.
happened last night. Christian McCaffrey has got a 4-year extension um, for from the Carolina Panthers. It's supposed to be a $16 million a year extension
Yep.
after 2021, I believe. So yeah, you got paid, man. And honestly speaking, I like it. You know, obviously he is the face of the franchise, and obviously you want to keep him there. And hey, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I usually wouldn't like giving running backs that type of money extensions, but you know he deserves it. He's literally the workhorse of the entire team. He runs it in, catches balls. He's literally the offense. So yeah, I can see why they wanted to keep their playmaker there. So I have no problem with that at all whatsoever.
Through 3 seasons, this is according to Field Yates on Twitter. McCaffrey ran for almost 3,000 yards, which is fifth most in the NFL, 29-20.
Yeah,
He has two 1,000-yard seasons out of the three. Remember, he was drafted in 2017. He has 303 catches, which is second most by any player to have played in 3 seasons. He has a 1,000 rushing and receiving yard season last year. One of three players to do it ever. He has 2,523 receiving yards, which is most ever by running back in this 3 year span, and he's a 2-time All Pro. Which that's the best thing to me right there is that he's already out of 66% of your career you were an All Pro.
so
That's just
yeah, so
retarded.
it's
It's
crazy,
just stupid.
ridiculous. I agree. Like I said, I have no
So
problem giving him the money. I don't.
him
All,
deserving it, especially on a franchise who's gonna rebuild more anyway. So what they else they gonna spend the money on? Go right ahead and give him the money because he fucking deserves it, and you wouldn't have a franchise right now without him. Obviously,
I agree.
there's no reason
100%.
to watch the Panthers besides watching him. None. to keep
And
it to keep it
I
a buck,
like,
right?
yeah, I agree. I like the fact that Teddy Bridgewater is there. First of all, I'm happy Teddy Bridgewater, got a job because he fucking deserves it anyway. And
Definitely.
I've told Jet fans before, you're gonna regret
Oh, we're letting
trading
him go, right?
for letting him go a couple of years ago. That was stupid.
That was stupid.
But we'll get to those stupid Jet fans later because they keep saying some dumbness. But
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. But we'll get to that later. But I think I love the move for Carolina. It's only they can move forward right now. And speaking of Carolina, I think for this draft, I do have them a lot of the holes they need for our draft mark draft we have. I think will definitely help them, especially moving forward. And I
Well,
like
let's get to it. Let's perfect transition.
yes. So we're gonna do our mock drafts. Everyone's doing a mock draft. So obviously, you know how normally we have like we're very, obviously for the first five choices probably be the same, more likely. But normally how we agree with a lot of things together, I think we're gonna have this a very different list entirely. And I
Well,
think it's great.
we
So
don't know what we picked, so we'll find out. Of
yeah.
course, it wouldn't
So
surprise me at all. Out of the 32 picks, at least 17 or 18 we have the same. I wouldn't be surprised because it's
yeah.
us. This is how we do apparently.
of course.
But
So,
we'll see
so
though.
what? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do one pick one by one, and then explain. Obviously, some of these picks are obviously easy to decipher, and obviously it's just common sense. So we'll probably do one by one,
Hmm.
each pick, and everything. But for me, all right. So if you want to go first, or I should go first?
I'm gonna warn everybody right now. I do not do college football. So my picks were based on either someone's what website's top 100 draft board, and if the team needed it or not. Trevor will most likely have more analysis, so more listen more towards him than me. But if I accidentally picked right, I mean, hey, it's just beginner's luck, I guess. I don't know, because this is like my second year doing mock drafts. I don't do college sports at all. It puts me to sleep and pisses me off, so I don't do it. But he has more knowledge than me. But I'm going by whatever websites I picked draft board. So for this one I'm doing, I went on PFF, Pro Football Focus. I did theirs
Yeah.
because theirs were more fun to mess with. Because the other ones is mad. Like there's some website that you have to pay a premium price to do the full league, which is freaking. I'm not paying money for that. So Pro Football Focus allowed me to do the entire league without having to pay anything. So I went to Pro Football Focus.
Well, I think for
So
me, I'm a little bit more, maybe a little bit more knowledgeable in college football. Not 100% like the Mel Kipers. Those guys are on some other stuff. Like I watched a lot of Big Ten football this year. You know, the Iowa Hawkeyes, Ohio State. But because I started to follow Iowa, the University of Iowa. Shout out to
mm-hmm.
Tulio. Um, yeah, he went there.
I
So
know that's sick.
I started following them. I think the team, the way that they're like one of those sleeper teams that develop great college players over the years. A lot of people think about Alabama, they think about the SEC, which produce first round, first round talent. But
Talent, of course.
don't sleep on Iowa. Iowa has produced a lot of first round talent over the years.
Their
Like,
two tight ends last year were
yeah,
both drafted in the
so
first round. They're gonna have a tackle here that's gonna get drafted very soon. I'm sure for one of our at least one of our mocks. I
yeah,
think their tackle in a lot of draft boards is the best tackle in the entire class.
yes, especially yeah, I agree 100%.
So
So okay, so let's get started, man.
yeah, number one obvious to me is Joe Burrow.
Of
So
course.
yeah, we don't
Joe
have to talk
Burrow
about that.
going to the Bengals, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, that's easy. So we don't have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Next,
For me, Chase Young from Ohio State was going to the
yeah,
Redskins. Why not? You basically said, listen, we're gonna have um who's this guy's name again? Wayne Haskins, right?
Dwayne Haskins.
Now
Yeah,
now now with the new but now with the new regime, you have a good head coach, good career good team building in Ron Rivera,
who's a defensive guy.
who's
So
defensive
why not
guy.
pick the best
So,
defensive player?
exactly. So
Yeah,
there's no need to go for quarterback. Now you have a chance to see what you have with Haskins. Chase Young is obviously supposed to be this guy Joey Bosa 2.0 because Ohio State
yeah,
just developed.
that's the comp, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Ohio State just develops beast defensive players all around. So this is easy. This is easy.
Yeah.
So
Talk about best player available. This is the best defensive player. You got a new defensive coach. And y'all
yes,
need a little bit they need a little bit of defensive line help anyway. So there you go. Next for the Lions, you can go a multitude of things here, but I just went with the next best player and I went with Jeffrey Okuda, the
yes,
cornerback from Ohio State.
absolutely. Them
Replaced
losing,
Darius Slay. They already
yes,
signed Desmond Trufant, but I mean, screw it.
yes.
Why not have two?
I agree 100%. Two of the best defensive players come from the same school. That first of all, like I said, that Ohio State just oozes. Besides them and Alabama, they ooze just great defensive players coming out of there. So yeah, Jeffrey Okuda going to the Lions
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. And obviously they got to fix that defense. Matt Patricia, who was supposed to be this defensive genius, but whatever. But I think, come on, man, you got to do something with this here. This I don't know, man. Steve just got to do something. But
I
anyway,
mean, me personally, if I'm the Lions, I wouldn't draft here, but maybe in Friday's episode, we can do, if you can find a place to do trades, we could really mess around with the draft. Like, we
I,
could do a mock draft based on what we would do, not what we think. This is based on what we think. So we should do a mock draft based on what we would do if we are the GMs of those franchises. That sounds like fun.
well, I kind of did that already. But I can do another one as well because I have different scenarios that I wanted to do, but I think for the scenario I have right now makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
but I could definitely do another one on Friday. But because I did do a lot of trades
Oh,
here,
okay. So then I did it based on what I think they would do. He just had fun. Okay.
yeah,
That's hey.
because like I said, you could tool around with it either way. So
You could.
for number four, all right,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
for number four, the Giants were originally scheduled the pick here, but I think the LA Chargers will trade with them. Why? Because I believe that they believe that the Dolphins aren't sold on Tua. They think that that they may grab Justin Herbert before Tua because Justin Herbert will be available earlier. So and knowing
Ah.
the Chargers, and even honestly speaking, the Chargers didn't even have to trade up to get Justin Herbert.
It's scary how realistic this is. It's
I agree.
insane how realistic this is.
They
They will be
didn't.
the dumbasses to do this move. I
Yeah,
agree.
they didn't have. They wouldn't have had to trade up for him. I still think Justin Herbert will still be available at
At
six.
number 6.
At six,
Like,
but they'll trade up with the Giants, and Justin Herbert will be number four, the fourth overall pick with the Chargers.
and what did the Giants get?
And the Giants get this, their
The
the
sixth
swap
pick.
swap
Yeah.
pick, which to me honestly wouldn't make sense anyway. Because why are you trading up to get somebody you probably going to get anyway? But it's the Chargers. The Chargers,
That's what the Giants did with Daniel Jones last year. Yes.
yeah. So
Exactly the same thing. That's funny. That's funny. The team that did it last year is gonna be smart and take the debate. All right,
yeah,
and go down. Okay.
so I'm picking Justin Herbert to be
For the Los Angeles
for
Rams.
the Chargers. Yeah,
Chargers.
for Chargers.
Chargers. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I just went with the tackle for the Giants. To me, it's between him and Isaiah Simmons, the linebacker, who's supposed to be like transcendent. I don't know, but I went with the tackle because they need that a little bit more.
yeah.
5-2 for the Miami Dolphins.
Obviously Tua as
Yeah.
well. Like I said, that's probably the reason why the Chargers will trade up because they think that the Dolphins what are going to go for Tua because of his injuries, and they are not that too sure about it. But that's why I think they trade up, and I think Tua ends up falling to Miami anyway.
Tago
So
Vailoa will be a Dolphin. And since Ryan Fitzpatrick is there, Tua doesn't have to get rushed in at all.
I agree, 100
That's why
percent.
it's perfect for him to me. They could, and he. It's funny how he said it himself. He wants to take a year down to learn, which is smart. So I 100% respect it, and I think with Brian Flores, he'll make magic happen. I like it. I
I
like his
want to
future in
see.
Miami.
I want to see what Miami does regarding Josh Rosen. Remember, he's still on the team. We
I don't
obviously
know.
obviously knowing how Brian Flores is and how he pretty much models his team as he was in New England.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna go into the season with two quarterbacks. So I think Josh Rosen is pretty much up
Just
out
gonna
of
get
here
moved.
because he'll
Okay.
get moved because it makes the most sense. And somebody will pick him up. Somebody will trade him or something. So don't be surprised if you see Josh Rosen getting traded on draft night. Draft night probably the second or third day, or he'll probably second day he'll get
Mm-hmm.
traded because it makes the most sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make the most sense. I'm fine with that.
All right, so number six,
Yeah, your
for,
6
for,
is different. Mine is Justin Herbert for the Chargers. So
yeah, for me, number six for the Giants is Isaiah Simmons. Now
the
I said
linebacker. Okay.
before they would have gotten Isaiah Simmons at four anyway, but I said this one: the Chargers would trade up because they're stupid like that. And so me personally, they would have gotten the same players anyway, but just that cold feet, and that's something they would do. So continue. So I'm
I
picking
like that.
Isaiah Simmons from Clemson to be the
Okay.
Giants pick.
Okay. All the tackles in your board are still there. No other
Yeah.
tackles are taken yet in your board. For me,
Yes.
only one was taken by the Giants at number 4. I had Isaiah Simmons get picked by the Panthers here, replacing Luke Kuechly.
Okay.
Yeah, which
Okay. For number seven, right?
yeah, but this was me doing it last week. I think I did a mock draft a couple like half an hour ago, and now the current pick was different. Since this is a new regime in Panthers, Ron Rivera is a defensive guy and an ex linebacker, so maybe they won't go this route in this draft.
Yeah.
But this is me doing it last week, so this is what I picked.
Like for number seven
Number
for me, I
8.
picked
Mm-hmm.
no,
Oh, I'm
number
sorry. Yeah,
seven.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Number seven for me is Derek Brown, the defensive tackle from Auburn.
There he goes. Okay.
I think it makes sense. I mean, you kind of do want to add or try to get pressure on the line for the no pass rush on the line. So I think it makes sense, whatsoever. So I think Derek Brown, fits right there Number 7
Interesting.
goes to Carolina.
Okay. Number 8 now. It's gonna be the Arizona's pick.
Yeah, I picked Jedrick Wills Jr. from Alabama, the offensive tackle from Alabama. They need help on the offensive line. I mean, what's this guy's name? The quarterback. Kyler Murray.
Kyle Murray. Yeah.
Kyler Murray took a lot of hits and took a lot of sacks in this season. I think it was like the second most all year. I think second most behind Deshaun Watson as far as sacks this year. I believe so. He was number 2. He was number 1. He's definitely top 3 for the most sacks this year. I think you
Mm-hmm.
want to be able to protect him. Now that you have you're literally probably the 2 best receivers in all time on your same team. When you have on the same team, you kind of want to get the ball to him so he doesn't get hit a lot. Stretch the field a lot. I'm not really a big fan of the air raid offense, but I think it helps now because you now have the players and skill sets there to accommodate you know Cliff Kingsbury and what he wants to do there. So
Okay.
so what about you?
Uh, so your lineman, I had the Giants taking him at 4, cause PFF has him as their highest tackle in their entire draft at that point in time. Here I got, is this the Iowa dude? I think Tristan Wirfs.
Oh, okay.
I have him taken by the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know if this is the Iowa tackle or not. I don't remember.
It
They
is.
don't
It
show
is.
the
It is.
college. It is, right?
It is.
Yeah,
It
that's who I
is.
have for taken by the Cardinals here. Tackle. So same position, just different dude. 9, the Jaguars. In this mock, I actually had Jerry Judy going here to the Jaguars at 9. So that's the first wide receiver. I think he's the best wide receiver, and he's the highest wide receiver in Pro Football Focus's thing too. I'm going here. Right now, I don't feel the same, but last week I did. So last week, this is what I put. I put Jerry Judy for them. They need everything, so screw it. Might as well get Jordan Minshew a number 1 receiver to pair with DJ Chark. So
I understand what you're saying. I actually went a different way. I think the Jaguars probably trade down in this one. I think
that's what
I
I
think
would do if I was them. I like
I would
that.
trade down. So the team that I thought that would need benefit offensive lineman the most in this draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I have Tampa Bay going up to 9, trading up to 9 to get Andrew Thomas from Georgia. Georgia has a lot of great offensive linemen coming out of the SEC. They've
Mm-hmm.
known for having a lot of good offensive linemen, which also helps the running game. Over the years, you had Nick Chubb, you had coming out of Georgia, you had Sonny Michel coming out of Georgia. They're able to produce excellent running backs coming down there because the offensive line is so good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that with Tom Brady being the starter in Tampa Bay, you're going to need someone to protect them.
Yes, no
Protect them.
question.
So obviously, I think that Andrew Thomas, will be great. Now, I do like how you feel about Tristan Wirfs. I think he's great. How he was in Iowa, but I think he kind of like falls down a little bit to another team. But I'm going to go with Andrew
No
Thomas.
problem with that. Like I said, this is a week old, so everybody's top 100 board gets flustered every day.
Yeah,
So from what I know, I can go into a Football Focus's thing right now, and he dropped. Like for all I know. Again, this is all based on 1 week ago.
yeah,
So next is 10 for you. Go ahead.
yeah. Number 10,
The Cleveland
also
Browns.
another offensive tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Mekhi Becton from Louisville goes to the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
They need offensive line help badly, because I mean, like I said, a lot of times Baker Mayfield throwing the balls like, "Yo, man, what are we doing? What are you doing?" But I still think that he was like rushing his throws a lot. They were coming at him, everything. I think the offensive line help. They need offensive line help bad. Joe Thomas, who was literally their offensive lineman, he's been gone for over a year, retired. But they need help on the offensive line. So I'm going to go with Mekhi Becton from Louisville.
I got Andrew Thomas getting taken here.
Okay,
So it's just funny
okay,
because
that's fair.
him and now Nick Chubb are on the same team again. So there's a little bit of chemistry there. They know what they there has
Yeah,
to be a little coordinate between the running back and the tackles. So
of
there's
course.
someone there. They have some chemistry right there. And for 11 for the New York Jets, I have Mekhi Becton going there. That's the biggest need by far to me is offensive lineman for the New York
Yes,
Jets. So I got them getting Mekhi Becton here.
I have the same position as you for the Jets, but just didn't play him. I have Tristan Wilkes from Iowa going to the Jets.
Okay.
I think it makes sense. And also I like Iowa, and I like those the Big 12. Anyone with the Big 10 getting drafted is cool with me. So Big 10, so I like Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
So number 12, I have Jerry Judy from Alabama going to the Raiders. Number
Mm-hmm.
12. They obviously need wide receiver help badly,
No
obviously.
question.
So I think that Jerry Judy was the first wide receiver drafted on my board here. So I'm gonna go Jerry Judy going to the Raiders.
I know the Raiders' history, and they like speed. So I have the same position, but I have Henry Ruggs coming here instead. The fast
Oh,
guy.
okay.
They like speed. Like I understand that what's his face is dead. Al Davis and whatever. He's doing I like all that bull crap. But it's just a Raider thing to me to find somebody who could just run fire through people. So I got Henry Ruggs the third going here. Same position, but a guy who instead of a good route runner, they got a speedster. So I went here.
Um,
13, the
13 for
49ers.
13 for
Let
me.
me see. See, this is why I defer here. See, here, if I did other mock drafts after, and I had them taking a wide receiver here. Here I have offensive lineman instead. I don't like it. I think they'll get a wide receiver here to pair with
Yeah,
Debo Samuel. So most of my other drafts, I had Jerry Judy going here. I had a mixed that somehow. He fell that far, but here I got a tackle. But in my future drafts, like the one I did earlier today, I got wide receiver, no question here.
yeah. For me, I picked wide receiver as well. I picked CD Lamb
Okay.
from Oklahoma. From Oklahoma, I think that pair him up with Debo Samuel after losing Emmanuel Sanders, you're gonna need another wide receiver
Mm-hmm.
for Jimmy G to throw to. So I think CD Lamb, who's really good from Oklahoma when he was in Oklahoma, um, going to the 49ers.
All right. So 14. Who's your 14th? Was it
Now
Jaguars, right?
uh,
For
I
you, it
mean,
was
yeah, I
Jaguars because of
trade.
the trade.
Yeah, so for me, it's the Jaguars from over here. They traded with Tampa Bay, and I think they go defensive. I
Mm-hmm.
think they pick up Javon Kinlaw for South Carolina. I
Okay.
think that they're gonna want to, rebolster their defense. They do a really good job drafting defensive players. You know how before, I mean, obviously they lost a lot of key players. There
Yeah,
was
but
Lachey
the
Campbell.
2017 defense, right?
It's
With
still there. I mean, yeah, most of those things people are still there, but they gotta pay them soon. They gotta pay them soon.
I know.
So I think that I think how the change is going on with with the front office going on. There's a lot of turmoil there, anyway. So I think a lot of those players in 2017 will probably leave after 2020. So try to make the defense strong as possible, and to replace some of these players. Like I said, so they still have holes on the defensive players on the defensive side. They got to go, but luckily they have a second first round pick anyway. So we'll get to that in a second. So I'm gonna go with Javon Kinlaw from South Carolina.
All right. For me, the Buccaneers, since they have Tom Brady and he's a master at masking offensive line deficiencies, instead of picking an offensive lineman here, I actually got Xavier McKinney here, the safety.
Oh, okay.
That's to me their biggest weakness in their defense right now. Getting good safety help will help out their new child cornerbacks. I always say safety help could really help mask the
Yeah,
deficiencies in cornerbacks. So I say they get the best safety available and see what happens from there. I that's what I went with, and I still if it falls this way, I think they'll do it. But I do agree with you. I like your pick though. I think it's between the tackle or a safety, one or the other for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
yeah. I like your pick too.
Yeah.
15 for the Broncos. I have my wide receiver. My guy Drew Lock needs someone to throw to, and my receiver, I think Henry Ruggs the third from
Goes
Alabama
here.
goes to Denver.
Him
I
and
think,
Cortland Sutton.
yeah, I think that he'll fit there perfectly over there. And any receiver for my guy Drew Lock, who I think is going to be a beast as I have a great NFL career. I've always been high on him. I'm mad the Patriots didn't draft him last year, but I'm really high on him. So I think Henry Ruggs the third goes to the Broncos.
For me, I also have wide receiver, and in this mock, CeeDee Lamb fell this far, so CeeDee Lamb got taken by the Broncos.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that either. It's still a great receiver, and I think that either one can fit. He just need weapons to throw to.
Yeah.
But I think, especially when you have to run it back. Next year you have Melvin Gordon who catch out the backfield as well. If you would use that too, so Philip. It could work. It could work.
Yeah, definitely. Number 16 is going to be the Atlanta Falcons. Okay, now, like I said, it's based on what they have in their top 100 I have here. So, for here, AJ Espinoza got taken here by the Atlanta Falcons, which I'm
Oh,
pretty sure that's a reach. I'm pretty sure that's a reach. I feel like he's supposed
I
to fall
I
down.
agree. I agree. He is that is a reach. I agree
Yeah.
that's a reach. I have him much lower. He's great. AJ is great. He's great. A great defensive edge player. Very great. But I agree. He's like that's too high for them.
I think
I
that's too
have
high, but every draft has those, so that's realistic that somebody will reach for someone here. So why not be dumbass Atlanta, right?
yeah Atlanta. If they were smart, which they can be smart at times,
Sometimes,
they
yeah.
they go secondary, and I'm picking C.J. Henderson from Florida, the cornerback from Florida,
Hmm.
because they need help in the secondary
Yeah,
badly.
they do.
They do. So I pick after him going there. So
Funny, I have him next for Dallas. Dallas gets him, which
okay,
they definitely, no question, probably more than
yeah,
Atlanta needs that quarterback position. They just
I
lost
agree.
Byron Jones for nothing and did not replace anyone, and their secondary was hot trash without Brandon Jones. So that's what they got for me.
The Cowboys, I have defensive end Clevon, what's the guy's last name? Chassian from LSU. He was a great defensive player for the Tigers last year.
Hmm.
They need help bad because Robert Quinn gone. So now Robert Quinn's gone, and they need to replace him because there's no pass rush there. Pretty much no pass rush there besides Demarcus Lawrence, who's getting older. So yeah, you need help badly. And I think
Definitely.
him falling there makes sense.
So Miami Dolphins pick number their second pick. Yeah, their second pick in the draft. Here,
Yeah,
I actually
18.
have Derek Brown. You picked earlier. I forgot for who. I have him falling here at 18 for
Yeah,
Miami to
I
snag.
had Derek Brown for the Panthers.
Yeah,
Damn,
damn, that's a big drop.
that's a big
Shit,
drop.
but that's where he landed here. So
All right.
that's who gonna come here. Miami, which is a great pickup. They definitely need some defensive line help, no question. Since they need everything. So good.
I know you have a big job here. For me, I picked for Miami safety help, Xavier McKinney from Alabama. So I
Yeah.
think you have him pretty high on your list. I have him here because obviously you're gonna need to replace Minka Fitzpatrick from
and
trading him.
um
Yeah,
and Ronald Jones. They
yeah.
lost both their safeties.
So obviously
Yeah.
you're gonna need help there. So I think it makes sense there. I was originally going to go offensive line for them, but I think they have a third pick, so I think they'll probably go with them later. We can say that in a
And
second.
also I think the value dropped from that position already. Most of the tackles already got taken at that point in time.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think all the interior linemen aren't rated that high in this draft. So you can always get them in the second or third round. So this is more of the depending what position is available, this is the best player available type pick position at 18.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of second pick, this is the Oakland Raiders' second pick, which is like what the Bears pick, I think.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
the Bears pick from
Yeah.
Khalil Mack. Yeah.
Yeah. Here, Christian Fulton, cornerback.
Okay.
That's who I picked here. And
Okay.
according to Pro Football Focus, this is the best pick I picked. This shit got 94 grade
Okay.
out of 100. So apparently that's a freaking astronomically good pick.
Okay. For me,
But cornerback here.
I honestly for the Raiders, I think they trade down.
I would
I
do
think
that too.
I
Look,
think they
guys,
trade down.
I'm a fan of trading down. If there's nothing you need in the big urgency, I always say trade down from the first round because you're always gonna get future assets, whether it's later in the draft or
Yeah.
even the draft for next year, and build even more. I'm a big fan of always coming in the draft with like freaking 11, 12 picks ready to go and always flip a few. Then again, I am a Patriot, and that's what Bill Belichick does. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I think that's right.
So I had the Raiders trading. I think the Philadelphia Eagles benefit most
Mm-hmm.
because you need a wide receiver. I need a wide receiver. I think the best available wide receiver for them at this point is Justin Jefferson from LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously, who if you want Carson Wentz to succeed, you need someone to throw it to. Nelson Aguilar is gone. He was a bum anyway. And you have Deshaun, the D-Jack's still there, but it's like, yo, man, this man's old. So you need
He's
someone.
old and hasn't done shit in God knows how long. Like, get the fuck out of here.
So
Like, no.
yeah, so me personally, you need to get a wide receiver. I think Justin Jefferson is the best receiver available on my board so far. So I think Philadelphia gets Justin Jefferson, and the Raiders trade down couple picks down. So number 20, you can go with number 20, bud, for the
No problem.
Jaguars.
All right. The Jaguars. This is what their second or third?
This is
Just
the
second,
second
right?
pick, yeah.
I have the Kinlaw dude getting drafted here. He fell this far down.
Oh, okay.
Javon Kinlaw.
Okay, that makes sense. He's for me. He got drafted to the Jaguars in 14 anyway.
Oh shit, that's true.
Anyway, so it's not gonna make sense. So for me, the Jaguars select Trayvon Diggs, the cornerback from Alabama. They need
Yeah.
to replace Jalen Ramsey. They lost to who they've lost. I think they need to replace him. So I think Trayvon Diggs going from the Jaguars makes sense to me. Makes sense.
No problem. 21. So who's your 21? I forgot who it was.
But
Is it
21
Oakland?
for Oakland now. I
Yeah.
think
Well, lost in Vegas. Yeah.
the Vegas Raiders, they select cornerback. They go with cornerback as well. Jalen Johnson from Utah. I think that you want to, try to strengthen that secondary as well. I think you have two stud cornerbacks. I think I had them picking the cornerback. No, I'm lying. It's not no draft. I think that, yeah, I think you need to have some help, in the corners, something, because that Raiders secondary last year was terrible. But at least, just try to build on that, in my opinion. So I have Jalen Johnson from Utah.
Okay. For me, the Eagles. See, I don't like this pick anymore, and I'm staring at it. But Pro Football Focus did like it because it's also had a 94 grade. They wound up getting in this draft they got Grant Delpit, a safety. I guess that's the second best safety in the draft, I'm guessing. But he got drafted here to replace Malcolm Jenkins. But I would pick a wide receiver here because of what you just said. They need a wide receiver kind of desperately.
Yeah.
So here, whoever was next, is probably like T. Higgins or something. I'll probably take here. But according to the draft I did last week, I got Grant Delpit here, which is I think again the second best safety in the draft. He got
Yeah.
picked here by Philadelphia, so it's not a dumb pick. However, that's not the. I think they may need. Safety, corner, and wide receiver are the three biggest needs by and far Philadelphia. So
Yeah.
if they plug something here, then it's not the biggest thing. So they still got Alshon and they got old ass, decrepit ass Deshaun Jackson anyway. So I guess safeties. I don't know. I'm just trying to talk myself into thinking why this is a better pick than wide receiver. I don't know.
Yeah, man, I understand. I
You
understand.
know, yeah. Okay, so 22 is Minnesota. Here I have them reaching for Laviska Chenault, which is like a Cordell Patterson-ish type hybrid player who has had better hands,
Okay.
apparently, according to people. According to the people. I don't know, because as you know, everybody should know by now that Cordell Patterson can't catch football to save his life. So, just because he had better hands doesn't mean that he's good. But again, as another reach, I have
Yeah.
here Laviska Chenault at 22. And apparently, Pro Football Focus like that too and gave it an 89.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. For me, for the Vikings, I have a 22 Jeff Gladney from TCU, the cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
They need cornerback help.
No
Obviously,
question.
I don't know how. No question. I think Xavier Rose is out. Is out. I believe he's out.
Yeah, they cut him out. He's in the Colts now.
Yeah, he's out. So they're gonna need someone to replace him there. So I have him going there at 22.
And the
Now,
money pick. The money
23.
pick.
All right. So the Patriot. All right. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go first.
Let me go for all right. Here. Okay, so Friday we'll have a Patriot only. We'll have
Yeah.
fun with that.
Yeah.
But today in this, I actually had us picking a linebacker called Patrick Queen, which I heard about in a lot
He's
of
very
Patriot mock
good.
drafts.
He is
It was
very
between
good.
him. Most other places like NFL got us picking AJ Espinosa here, which will piss me off to no degree if we get that, because we don't need no fucking edge help. We need linebackers, safeties, or wide receivers here, or even interior linemen. I'll take interior linemen too. But if we get an edge rusher, I'm going to flip the fuck out. I'm telling you right now. This is on live right now.
Yes.
I will flip
Okay.
out. Better not see no fucking edge rusher get picked here. Better not. But anyway, Here I have Patrick Queen, which is I think a big fan favorite. I think a lot of Patriots fans are looking towards him.
I like Patrick Queen too, but unfortunately, I had the Patriots selecting AJ Espinoza from Iowa. I,
See,
I,
that's what I'm saying. Oh,
I have a feeling
anger
they're gonna
me.
do it. I have a feeling they're gonna do it. Why? Because I think they want to like get more interior help on the line along with Chase Winovich and everything. I think they'll probably. I understand why Espinoza dropped a lot. I had him, but I think the Patriots will end up snatching him up. Sorry, Patriot fans, we're
Oh,
not
flip
drafting a
out.
QB in the first
Get the
round.
fuck out of here.
We're not
No.
going to. Jared
Jordan Love
Stidham
my ass.
is the man. Is going to be the man going forward, and he needs to get over it. He's not. We're not drafting a QB in the first round. Sorry, we're not. So
That even crossed my mind. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want that edge. No. We already got fucking we got like 6 people. I mean they're not great. But we you know how Belichick does. He likes to recycle people in this position.
yeah,
And plus we still got my son Chase Winovich gonna bust that ass next year. Watch. We'll be
he
fine at
is. He
edge.
is. He is.
He is. But we linebacker help I like more though. But I most people have us picking him though. Espinoza here. A lot of people actually.
But he's good.
Like
He's good.
professionals.
He's very good, but he's not what we need now. But I think that's what they're going to end up with. He's really good,
It
though.
might be for preparation to let other people go. Like Lawrence Guy's contracting is up this year. Like this
Yeah.
is last year. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised if we're starting to gear up to get rid of him, knowing how we like to recycle people. Like I said,
Yeah.
so I wouldn't doubt it here. And it seems like he might be the best player available too, low key.
Yeah.
So I understand it. I just don't want it. Next is New Orleans. I also have them picking the linebacker, Kenneth Murray.
Kenneth
I
Murray.
had him
Oh,
here.
okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
have him a little lower on mine. For me, I'm gonna. I'm. I. It might be a reach, but he
Mm-hmm.
fell a lot. I think the Saints pick quarterback Jordan Love
Oh
from Utah
shit.
State. I think he's going to be the heir apparent to Drew Brees moving forward
That
after he
makes sense
retired.
though.
It makes sense
That makes sense.
because Taysom Hill, Taysom Hill, really.
Mm-mm. They got rid of Teddy, so they need a real
So,
backup.
so you need a real backup, and I think this makes the most sense. Originally, a lot of drafts had him going to the Jaguars, and I'm like, that makes no sense
They have
whatsoever.
Gardner.
You have Gardner Minshew, which you pretty much traded Nick Foles away to tell Gardner saying this is your team now. It doesn't make any sense for you to draft a quarterback in this draft at
No.
all. So that's why I'm saying
Especially this high? No. Definitely
no,
not.
no, of course not. So I think the Saints before right into their last perfect, probably pissing a lot of Patriot fans off, talking about
Oh, yeah, they are.
why did we
We let
pass
Lamar
on.
Jackson go, now you let Jordan Love go? What's wrong with you?
You
Yeah,
know,
that's
that's
what's going to
exactly
happen.
that's exactly what they're gonna say. So, but fuck it, we're gonna go New Orleans, Jordan Love. Fuck it.
Fuck out of here. 25 is Minnesota's second pick. I forgot why they have it, but yeah. Well, I don't forgot why they had 22. I don't know who they traded to get. I don't remember. But oh, it's a Buffalo. That's Buffalo's pick, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, it's
It's
Buffalo's pick.
Buffalo
I
for the
got them
Big
getting
yeah.
corner here. They got Trayvon Diggs, cornerback. I forgot where he's from, but yeah,
Wait, what you said? Trayvon Diggs
Trayvon Diggs.
from Alabama. I had him
That
going
yeah.
the Jaguars up at 20. All right, that's not a bad trade. I think yeah, he's really good though. I have no problem with that either. For me, for the Vikings at 25, I'm going offensive line, Austin Jackson from USC.
Okay.
I think that yeah, you if you want Dalvin Cook to have a great year again, you need to fix the offensive line because that offensive line the last couple of years had a lot of holes, a lot of injuries, and you need to build on that. So I'm gonna go
No
offensive line,
question.
Austin Jackson from USC.
No, very good. No question. Miami is next with a third first round pick. Third
Yeah,
first round pick. For
third.
me here, I have wide receiver T Higgins get taken here.
Okay. For me, I have another offensive lineman, Joshua Jones from the University of Houston. I
Mm-hmm.
think yeah, they I mean, you kind of need also a lot of little offensive lineman help. Kevin Ballage, who's the running back there. I like him. I like him. He's a good
I
running
don't.
back. And I think that, with that style, and think about it, Tua runs too, but I don't think we're going to see a lot of Tua runs, just for that sake of injury whatsoever. But let's say that if you have I think the running game for the Miami Dolphins will improve this year. I think with this pick, and they try to when they build the offensive line throughout the draft, they're gonna have a very good rushing attack next
I
year. I
think
think they
in
will.
their second round they're gonna pick one of those running backs that are up. I think in their second round they're gonna get one of those running backs that
And
could
I
be
know
their starter.
exactly who. Jonathan Taylor, Jonathan
Yeah,
Taylor will probably end up with them. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had played Madden on franchise mode, and I was controlling the Miami Dolphins, and that's exactly where I picked Jonathan Taylor at the second round. So
yeah.
that's why.
That's what I think they're gonna do. They're gonna get running back there.
So I
Who's
think
next?
um
27 Seattle.
all this for me was no brainer. I picked
For me, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
for me I picked offensive lineman Isaiah Wilson from Georgia. For me, it was no brainer. Like offensive line is absolutely horrible down up in Seattle.
No question.
This made the most sense.
For me, I went on the opposite side of the trenches. You picked them early in the draft. Clavon Chassian? No, something like
Yes,
that. That
yeah,
guy,
I had to
edge
go for the
rusher
Cowboys.
to replace what's his face? Clowney.
Yeah,
Assuming he doesn't come back on the guy. He's again to this day, at April 14th, 2020, he's still not signed anywhere. So,
I may have been
which
wrong.
probably means he's going back to Seattle because what the hell's
Seattle,
taking
yeah,
so long? But
yeah,
it's that's the draft is next week. So they picked them just because. And it doesn't hurt to have abundance as 49ers. It helps to have abundance of defensive linemen. So
I
we'll
agree.
have two if they sign them. Why not?
I agree.
Uh Overrated Baltimore is next.
All right, at 28, Baltimore, I have them picking Patrick Queen, the linebacker from LSU. You had him going to New England,
Yes.
going to New England. I think he falls to Baltimore. It makes the most. It makes sense. You
Yeah, it makes
know,
sense.
it makes perfect sense to him to go over there. The linebacker. They have pretty good linebackers over there, but this nigga's stronger. I think Patrick Queen
And
goes there.
they never really replaced CJ Mosley
I agree.
yet. So they have someone there to try to do that. Me, I have Cesar Ruiz picked here to help out the interior. This is Los Yanda.
Oh,
And
okay.
I think he's rated the best interior lineman in the draft. So they immediately replace Yanda and keep that running game set, they pick him.
I mean, like I don't have him. He was so close. For him, he was so close. I wanted to pick him further down in the draft, but I didn't pick him at all. On this draft, but I don't have him in the first round at all. But it's very close. He's like late first round, early second round. But I didn't pick
That's
him.
what he's rated in almost every
So
board.
so I
He's like high low 20s to like almost 40. Like he falls in there. Like I said,
yeah,
from what I see in every top 100, the interior line in this draft is not that good from what I've
I
seen.
agree.
But he's rated the best one. So I
I
haven't yet
agree.
to because they gotta replace their line. If their line is messed up, their offensive scheme is dog shit. So they need to get linemen. So that's why I picked there.
Yeah.
Who's next? Tennessee's next.
Yeah. I have Marlon Davidson, a defensive end from Auburn, going to Tennessee
Mm-hmm.
over there. Makes sense. They want to build on a build up for on that defensive line.
And they
Last year,
just lost Casey, so
yeah,
probably
so it
erase
makes
that.
sense. I think he fall right there. For me, it makes sense here.
For me, I have a defensive end too, or just a lineman. Zach Bond. According to PFF, he's rated pretty decently high for this round, so they got him. Zach Bond, Baun. I don't know where he's from.
I think I think that's a reach, honestly.
I think that's a reach too.
I think
I
that's a
think it's a
reach
reach
too.
too.
But I think you could probably get him in the second round anyway. But
I think so, but I don't know about this about low because they're gonna have what at like what pick 60, something like that. I don't know if he'll be there at that point in time. If I was them, I'd probably get a lineman to be honest because they just lost. I forget which of the two tackles they lost, but if I was them, I'll really try to trade up if they have to get a defensive tackle, offensive tackle. If
yeah,
I was them, but that's who's available. So I picked who's best available, and it was him apparently. Next is Green Bay at number 30.
this to me, this was a no brainer. I have them picking Brandon Ayuk from Arizona State, wide receiver. Who the fuck he throwing it to? Who's he throwing it to? I don't
Besides
know.
Devontae Adams, mm.
Yeah, Devontae Adams. Besides that,
I don't know.
I believe he was the teammates with Nikhil Harry in Arizona State last year.
Ah, he's the other one.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I think he gets drafted here, and why not? It makes sense.
Here I had Denzel Mims, wide receiver.
Okay.
He was the one available according to Pro Football. So it's a no brainer that they need another wide receiver too. At
Yeah.
this point in time, they have to gear up because Aaron Rodgers will not last much longer. They need to get him more weapons for them to maximize their chances of winning. Even though they haven't fixed their biggest problem, which is them having a soft ass defense when it comes to stopping the run.
True.
But maybe they'll fix that later on in the draft. But there's no question they need another wide receiver.
Yes.
No question.
Number 31, the 49ers. I have them going cornerback. You picked them earlier in your draft. Boy, I have Christian Fulton from LSU going to the
Mm-hmm.
49ers. Now, I think for me, dropped off. I think that for mostly like secondary help. Now, believe you had him. I believe you had him
I had him in the
earlier.
Raiders at 19.
Okay, I can see why you had him up there so high. But I think that I want the 49ers in the 13 to at least address the best wide receiver they can get, because I think that after the first round you're not gonna see a lot of them anyway. So I
That's
think
why.
that
That's why I would have rather them go that high. Like you said, I agree with you. I would have rather them have a wide receiver. 49ers in the top pick.
that's why I have them going
Yeah.
quarterback, because they make obviously they need. It's not really necessarily a need for them, but it's good to have this depth there, so you can add on to
It's
Richard
I couldn't
Sherman.
argue it's a top need though, because Sherman is getting older and they don't have anybody reliable next to him anyway. So
True.
why not? I think it's a need.
Yeah.
Me here, I also have a cornerback for 49ers, AJ Terrell. That was the
Oh.
next best person, so I picked them for them.
Okay.
Hmm.
And finally, for number 32, I
The
had Kenneth
Les
Murray.
Champions.
I had the defending Super Bowl champs. I had Kenneth Murray from the linebacker from Oklahoma going to the Chiefs. Now, originally, I wanted Ruiz here. I thought Ruiz would be at the Chiefs, but then again, 10 of the 12 offensive starters for the Chiefs are still coming back anyway. So I say they need the help on defense badly, because that
No,
defense
yeah.
is no bueno for the most part. But I wanted Ruiz here, but I said, you know what, Ruiz, you can get Ruiz in the second round somewhere else. I think he's better for somewhere else. So I'm going to go with Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, to wrap up the first round.
It's funny you say that. On my future mocks, I have Ruiz going to the Chiefs at 32. For this one, I had another corner. Uh, Jeff Gladney. I don't know who
I
that is.
had I had Jeff Gladney going to what happened? I had that Jeff Gladney going to the Vikings at 22.
Well, I had him here with the Chiefs at 32.
Yeah, he's from TCU in
Yeah.
Dallas. So yeah,
But
so
they
yeah,
lost the corner. Who was the starter? It was a Fuller, something Fuller something. I forgot his name. He played for the Redskins. Then he got traded to the Redskins. Now he's signed with the Redskins this offseason after getting a ring. Yeah. So whoever that was, they lost him. So they do need another corner to replace that guy. I forget his
yeah,
name. It's gonna bother me, but I'll write it down when I edit the video. But it'll be there. But yeah, him. They lost a corner there, so they get to replace him right here at
yeah.
32. So we had the same position. I feel like our drafts were not as different as we thought it was gonna be, but it also wasn't the same. It was like a mixture of both. Like we
So
had like the positions were almost the same, but the people were different because like people I would take early, then you have them later and all stuff or whatever. But I don't know. It wasn't as different as I thought it was gonna be. Besides,
I
even
noticed
even
you.
with your trades, it wasn't still that different.
I noticed
That's
you didn't have.
crazy.
I noticed you didn't have Jordan Love at all in the first round for you at all. Jordan Love, honestly.
I was thinking about picking him for Green Bay, but they need the wide out. So
Yeah,
like forget,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah. But I didn't pick him out of why. The hell, who else really needs him that bad? No, he get picked in the second round, and that's
makes sense.
value. That's a great
I
pick in the second round.
you know what it was. I just think that I'm glad. I think they picked him there. I think that you never know, some desperate team may over compensate for him anyway. So I feel
No,
like
you're 100% right. I agree.
so that's why I say the Saints get him right there. Everything. Patriot fans not gonna like this though, but I don't give a shit. But anyway,
No,
I,
then they're stupid. Then they're stupid.
I
Like stop it.
but I'm looking forward to Friday for the Patriots picks. I think it's very interesting
Me
now
too.
because I do believe they will pick a QB in draft, but it's not who you think it is. I have there's one person from like maybe like November, I've said that if you're not sold on Stidham, this is the quarterback will
All
probably
right.
still be there.
Let's leave that little cliffhanger then.
Yeah, I saw that. So we'll leave that there later though. But other than that, like, share, subscribe. We're on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, Google Play Radio, iHeartradio, Stitcher Play Radio. We are on at Podcast Dynasty on Twitter. We appreciate you guys,
Twitter,
supporting
yes.
us. This was fun. This block that was pretty fun.
Mock was fun.
It was fun as hell. So it's like, let's see where it goes from there. We got much more shit to talk about coming up in the next few days. So stay tuned. We love you. Let's continue to kick COVID's ass. And stay your asses at home. If you're not working, if you're not essential workers, like I am, I have to work. If you're not working, stay home, stay safe,
Like
take
me.
care, stay home, stay safe, take care of your families, and from time to time, have a cold one from time to time. So yeah.
I might buy one today. Like I'm really craving it.
Other than that, stay safe, everyone. We love you. Peace, love, and applesauce. We out.
Peace out.